Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, let's just dive right in. Have you ever scrolled through your feed and wondered, how are everyday people building these massively successful careers right from their living rooms, just by sharing stuff they love? Well, today we are unpacking the 2026 Content Creator Blueprint. We're going to explore exactly how you can turn your interests into a full-time reality, breaking down the exact step-by-step methods that successful creators are using today.
You might be asking yourself how this all actually works. It is incredibly tempting to think it's just about, pointing a camera at yourself and hitting upload. But did you know over 50 million people consider themselves creators right now? Yeah, it's wild. So to actually stand out in that crowd, it takes a solid blueprint. It takes planning, communication, and real consistency. It's not magic, guys. It's a method. And that is exactly what we're going to map out for you today. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Foundation of Content Creation. Before we even think about algorithms, gear, or making a single dollar, we have to understand the core philosophy behind why people actually watch and subscribe in the first place. Listen, content creation isn't just making noise on the internet. It is the active process of creating valuable information or entertainment. You're there to solve a problem, to teach, to entertain, or to inspire. Your core goal, your only real goal at first, is to provide value. Because the more value you give, the more people are going to come back. If your content genuinely helps someone or just makes their day a little bit better, you've won. Now, one of the biggest rookie mistakes beginners make is chasing random trends instead of picking a dedicated niche. They bounce from topic to topic, just crossing their fingers and hoping to go viral. But instead, you need to combine your long-term interest with actual audience demand. Pick a niche. Maybe it's AI, tech, finance, health, or travel. Something you can talk about for years without getting completely bored. That sweet spot, that intersection of your passion and what people are actually searching for, that is where your channel will absolutely thrive. Moving right along to Section 2, Planning Your Winning Strategy. So now that you've got your niche locked in, let's look at how successful creators actually structure their workflow. Because trust me on this, they never just wake up and randomly hit record. This step-by-step flow is your holy grail. First, research topics to understand what people are actually searching for. Then, write your script and plan your thumbnail idea before you even touch a camera. Only then do you record, edit, and upload consistently. And here's a pro tip. To make this work without losing your mind, try batching your content. Sit down and record 3 or 4 videos in a single Sunday afternoon session. It is a total game changer for avoiding burnout. Which brings us to Section 3, Mastering Production and Storytelling. Okay, getting the camera rolling brings up a ton of anxiety for first-timers. And a lot of that is because of what I call the gear myth. Let's clear this up right now. You absolutely do not need expensive cameras and massive studio lighting to start. No way. In fact, some of the top creators out there with millions of subscribers still shoot primarily on their smartphones. Just look at the basics: a simple smartphone, natural light from a window, clear audio, and high energy. Make sure your background is clean and your camera is stable, and you're good to go. Your enthusiasm and your eye contact matter infinitely more to a viewer than whatever expensive lens you're looking into. Once you're actually recording, communication is everything. You've got to hook viewers in the first 10 seconds or boom, they're gone. When you look at the lens, imagine you're talking to just one specific friend sitting right across the table from you. Speak slowly. Read aloud daily to practice your speaking. And yes, you have to bravely watch your own videos to catch your mistakes. Swap out those filler words like and so with confident pauses. But most importantly, prioritize the story. People are going to forget a dry list of facts, but they will never forget how a good story made them feel. Connect emotionally, share your experiences, and ask questions. And when you finally move into editing, the goal is pace. The modern viewer's attention span is famously short. I mean, we are basically competing with goldfish here. So your editing needs to constantly re-engage their brain to keep them locked in. Chop out all that unnecessary silence. Use fast cuts, throw in zoom effects, use B-roll footage, background music, and definitely use captions. You want to introduce something visually interesting every few seconds just to hold their attention. All right, let's get to the fun part. Section 4, 10 ways to make money. Okay, let's dive into the most exciting part of this blueprint, how you actually turn this passion into a real, sustainable career. Just look at the sheer variety of income streams here. A lot of beginners think it's just about getting a cut of platform ad revenue, but as this list shows, that is just the tip of the iceberg. You've got brand sponsorships, affiliate marketing, selling your own digital products, online courses. You can offer freelancing, start memberships, sell merchandise, take live stream donations, and even do consulting and coaching. The biggest creators out there, they combine several of these income sources, so they never have to rely on just one platform's algorithm to pay their bills. Section 5. Avoiding traps for lasting success. Before we wrap this up, we have to talk about the traps, the pitfalls that destroy channels before they even get off the ground. Quitting too early, that is the ultimate channel killer. Then there's copying others. Look, definitely study your competitors for inspiration, but never just copy them. You have to create original content. Don't ignore your audience's feedback, avoid uploading inconsistently, and please never settle for weak titles or poor audio quality. And always, always ensure you're focused on providing value rather than obsessing over your subscriber count. The value brings the subscribers for sure, not the other way around. Consistency beats perfection. If there is only one single thing you take away from this explainer today, let it be this powerful reminder. Never wait for the perfect camera. Never wait for perfect editing skills. Honestly, perfection is just an illusion that causes you to procrastinate. Showing up, uploading consistently, and just doing your best week after week, that is what actually builds a loyal audience. 0. I want you to really let this number sink in for a second. Every single massive, wildly successful creator you look up to today started with exactly 0 subscribers. They started with 0 views, 0 authority. The only real difference between them and someone who never made it is that they didn't let 0 stop them. They just kept learning, kept improving, and kept creating. And that brings us to the magic of the 1% rule. Look, your first upload won't be perfect. And honestly, it shouldn't be. But if you aim to improve just 1% with every single piece of content, maybe your lighting is a tiny bit better today, or your storytelling is a bit tighter tomorrow, the compounding effect is massive. By the time you apply that 1% improvement over and over, your 100th video is going to be absolutely incredible. So the crucial question we're ending on today is this: what will your first video be about? Start with the smartphone you have right now. Use the knowledge you already possess. Take that very first step towards making content creation your most fulfilling passion. What's one topic you could record a video on today that would genuinely help just one person? Think about it, plan it out, and then just hit record.